What's going on, peeps? My name is Simon, and you're watching Soundwave TV, transforming your video experience. Okay, this week marks the 30th anniversary of Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Premiered on Cartoon Network back in 1994, and this was a repurposing of the 1960s science fiction superhero animated series Space Ghost. The setup being, Space Ghost is a retired superhero who goes into the talk show business because it was the 90s and it was like everybody had a talk show, from Jerry Springer to Oprah to, I believe, Tempest Bledsoe from The Cosby Show had a talk show for a minute. So why not go with Space Ghost? And Moltar and Zorak, his former arch enemies, are now serving as technical director and band leader. So, just some Space Ghost memories I had. Like, Space Ghost animated was sort of like, there was a 60s version and an 80s version. I remember that 80s version. It was one of the first superheroes I started watching, right behind He-Man and Superman. And I just liked him because, he could fly, and had a little bit of super strength. Mostly just in laser hands, via power bands. And, he could turn invisible. Of course, he had his sidekicks, Jan and Jace, and his and also the monkey Blip. So I like the 60s version better. I've watched. I think the 60s version, most fans of Space Ghost are fans of that 60s version. Definitely the Phantom Cruiser, the spaceship. That 60s version was the superior version of that ship. And as Space Ghost has kind of always been, had a presence in some case. After Coast to Coast went off, I think the last new episode they put was either 2001 or 2002, but Space Ghost has been had several comics appearances over the years. So I haven't read a lot of them, but I just I think I had a crossover one shot with the Green Lantern, so I got to go back and read those. Now, as far as Coast to Coast, I think my favorite episodes have to be the one with Mark Hamill. Space Ghost trying to put a Space Ghost con together, and also the one with Macho Man Randy Savage. I believe there's another episode, I want to say Lovesick. I think Carrot Top was in that one. I remember Space Ghost was like really sad about a breakup. We don't see the lady on screen, but he's just moping through the whole episode, and he finally just gets a talking to from a cow of all things. And it was just that kind of just random troll humor like we see all the time now. It's kind of like you see a lot of that beginning in Space Ghost Coast to Coast. And what do I want to say? If you look at a Funny Marco or Bobby Altoff or definitely Eric Andre, they follow that Space Ghost formula line for line, bar for bar, asking the random questions, appearing to be bored despite the fact that you called them to do the show, just asking those random nonsense questions. I mean, that kind of all came from Space Ghost. So, in any case, what is your favorite version of Space Ghost? Did you like the 60s version? Did you like the 80s version? Or do you know Space Ghost mainly from Coast to Coast? And, of course, Moltar was such a funny character on Coast to Coast. He ended up getting the hosting job for Toonami for a little while. And, what was your favorite version of Space Ghost? Put it in the comments down below. hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell to find out about future videos. Until next time, this is Soundwave signing off. Peace.